A UFC's fighter's world is turned upside down when he discovers an elite group of world-renowned athletes and scientists who prove that everything that he had been taught about protein was a lie. Hey guys, and welcome to my new documentary review for The Game Changer. This is obviously a documentary. The duration is 1 hour and 48 minutes, but it actually has, after the documentary and the credits roll, there's actually bonus content. So it's technically around 2 hours and something minutes. And it's directed by Louis Sihuis, and I apologize if I'm butchering that name. But it's actually produced by the one, the only, well, there's three people, three major producers of this. James Cameron, yes, James Cameron, who directed Titanic and Avatar, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Jackie Chan. So before I go into this, the depth of this movie, the documentary review on this, guys, I just want to say something about it that the only part of this that made me go, and I was really genuinely surprised, because his name is a very big thing on the title card of the trailer and stuff like that, and that's Jackie Chan. He was nothing at all. He was nowhere to be seen. His name was literally in the trailer of the producer of this, and that was it. He didn't say anything. He wasn't even on there in any way, shape, or form. Not in the bonus content, which I was really surprised at, and not in any interview or anything like that. He obviously just helped produce it. But I will say this about this documentary. This documentary is absolutely 100% in every sense of the word, in every way, shape, or form, a must watch. If you have not seen this, I really hope you get a chance to see this. This literally aired one night only in the cinemas down the road from my house, and that was it. It's not playing after this at all. Guys, this documentary, The Game Changer, is literally exactly what it is. It's a game changer. It literally goes into the depths and the science behind the fact of world-renowned science and athletes really taking you on a mental and visual journey into the fact that meats and the products and stuff like that we are known to in our thinking, in our way of life, in everything like that, they just show us that the real thing that we should be eating and stuff like that is actually plant-based. And one of the things that this massive heavy weightlifter actually talks about in this documentary is the fact that he says, how can you be as strong as an ox if you eat the ox? And he's like, have you ever seen an ox eat meat? And I was like, holy moly, that's amazing. Like, seriously, that is absolutely incredible. Such an eye-opener. James Cameron actually had a lot to do with this, which I found really interesting. Yeah, especially the after stuff at the end of it. He actually had a lot to say and a lot to express. And he was just really passionate. He went really in depth with everything that he was talking about in this, and he really wanted the audience to understand that he was just so authentic. And one of the things that I really appreciate about what James Cameron said in the after the credits rolled in the extended footage is the fact that he actually said to the audience that it's not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things on the planet to be able to actually follow this sort of routine or whatever you want to call it, because of the fact that these sorts of edible things it's basically about plant-based diets. That's what the whole documentary was really focused upon, plant-based diets. And one of the things that they were saying is how difficult it is in our day and age, because advertising is Macca's and Hungry Jack's and KFC and all that sort of stuff is just in your face, all over marketing everywhere. Subway, eat fresh. But plant-based diets aren't. And it was so incredibly mind-blowing at how, if you really, really think about it, like one of the things that they were talking about is a gorilla. A gorilla, what does a gorilla eat? He doesn't eat meat, and yet it's one of the most intensely powerful animals on the planet. Literally, a gorilla could tear you apart just like that. And it was so incredibly interesting to just see these athletes, especially this one guy. This one guy was 65 years old, and he was completely shredded. I mean, there was not an ounce of fat on this guy at all. He had like a 12 pack. Like, he was, oh my gosh, he was so buff. It was ridiculous. If you are interested in documentaries that will blow your mind, I promise you 100%, The Game Changer will satisfy you 100%. If you are interested in health, in any sense of the word, which like everyone should be, this documentary is 100% for you. If the documentary Super Size Me affected you in the way that you eat, or should I say not eat again, which is literally, I personally watched the documentary Super Size Me, and since that documentary, I don't eat Maccas. I actually had Maccas this morning for breakfast, and I felt like absolute garbage after I had it. That's why I don't ever eat Maccas, because it reminded me of Super Size Me, and I thought, you know what, that's on me. I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone out and had something. I shouldn't have had an apple or something like that, which is so much more convenient to get. But we just, in our brains, we think of, what's the fastest and easiest thing to think. We don't actually go for what's the most healthiest. Guys, The Game Changer is a must. It's a must watch. I guarantee you after you watch this documentary, you'll feel like you want to be a better person. You feel like you want to eat better and healthier and just wake up in the morning and spring out of bed. I mean, literally, that is something that so many people struggle with on a day-to-day basis, is waking up in the morning and not even having that energy to get out of bed. These guys literally wake up awake instead of waking up drowsy, purely because of the fact of what they eat. And eating, and anyone who's been following me for any period of time, especially on Facebook and stuff like that, know I'm so passionate about my body. Like, I really, really, really take care of who I am. I mean, I wish I could do more often and more of what I want to do with my body. And that's the thing. Eating is it's 101. I mean, it really is 101. It's called The Game Changer for a very, very, very specific reason, guys. It really, really is. It is incredible. They do the most empowering interviews with absolute athletes. I mean, the peak athletes of our time. It is just absolutely incredible, guys. I really hope that you get a chance to watch Game Changer, because I cannot talk highly enough about it. I really, really can't. I cannot edify this documentary enough. I genuinely can't. And there's a few really, really, really funny interviews in there as well. Just random stuff that they talk about, and a couple of test studies that they do with pro athletes, and it's really funny the outcome of what they end up experiencing. And I don't do spoilers, guys, but I genuinely 100% seriously, with all that is in me, go and check out The Game Changer. If it's in a city near you, go and check it out. Seriously, I hope it drops on Blu-ray/DVD. Hope Netflix picks this thing up, or Amazon Prime. I hope all, Apple Plus, all the streaming services. I really, really, really hope this becomes just readily available. And that's the hardest part about stuff like this, in my opinion, is that it's so real, it's so authentic, it's so everyone needs to hear it. Everyone needs to hear this stuff because it's just so imperative that we try our hardest to be better as people and healthier as human beings. But how do we do that? By eating better, And to get this message across to the world is just, I think that's going to be the hardest part about this documentary, guys. That's a simple fact right there. It literally had one screening, one night only in my local cinema. Like that's the problem right there. Is nowhere near enough people are seeing this. Nowhere near enough. The cinema had maybe 20 people in it that I went to. Like 20 people, seriously, and it was in one of their small cinemas. It speaks for itself, guys. Seriously. But honestly, guys, if you get a chance, please do yourself a favor. Check out The Game Changer. It is incredible documentary. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really value it so much. Everyone who subscribed to my YouTube channel. I can't wait to get to 100,000 one day. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But until my next review, please let me know in the comments below if you've had a chance to see The Game Changer. What did you think about it? Did it impact you as much as it impacted me? I really appreciate your feedback. If you like this review, please leave a thumbs up to know that what I'm putting out, my content, really, you appreciate it and really value it. I really appreciate that so much. And until my next review, please click the link, click the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And until my next review, this is Superman Steve, flying.